So my wife and I get in this conversation about whether or not absent fathers should be forced to pay child support. Of course, on this particular topic, we pretty much, I would say we're standing on different sides of the track on this, meaning that in her perspective, her answer is yes, they should be forced to pay it. I say, no, they should not. Now, it's not that I'm saying that fathers or absent fathers should not be responsible for taking care of their child. They should. And I would definitely hold them accountable to that. The point that I want to make here is that what I don't like the system of child support. And I believe that if every father, whether or not, regardless of your status in life, if you were to do what you're supposed to do concerning your child, whatever you have, you may not be making $40,000 a year. You may be only making $25,000 a year. You could be making $100,000 a year. But regardless of the fact, whatever you're making, you should be engaged with your child. It should not determine, your pocket should not determine, even if you're no longer in the home with that child, which is another thing that we really need to fix, we really need to put an end to. The number of homes that have absent fathers in it is astounding. And the domino effect that it have on our children. So we have to fix that. We have to change that. So, but nevertheless, though, fathers, I'm saying this to my brothers out there, regardless of the color of your skin. Okay, listen, we've got to do a better job as far as rearing up our children, taking care of our children. I don't like child support, and this is the reason why I say I don't like child support, because I've seen where it has really destroyed men as far as their status in life. It has really, let me say it this way. I have seen where it does man or a father more harm than good. The other flip side to it, why I don't like the system, is because you have a lot of women out there, or let me say mothers, let me be specific. You have a lot of mothers out there that do it out of spite. They will put their child's father on child support out of spite, just because they are bitter, maybe because the relationship didn't work or what have you. I do a Father's Note Facebook Live every Sunday. And we had took on a couple of callers that said that they have given the father time to get himself together in order to fulfill this responsibility, whether or not it was 1 year from one caller and 5 years from another. But once they didn't comply, they did go to the system. They did went to the courts in order to get child support for their child, because they feel that the child was obligated to it. And, and I'm okay with that. Okay, but the other side to it, though, is that, too, if you are getting child support, my belief now, this is how I believe, that child support is supposed to be for the child. If that father is willingly giving you child support every month or every week, every bi-week, however it may come out of his check, and you're getting that money, he should never come up to that child and pick that child up, or want to pick up the child, and then he see the child has no new clothes, no new shoes. They just looking, they always hungry, what have you. What I'm saying is that you're not spending that money on the child. Me, I say, look, the money is not for you to get your hair done, your nails done, to pay your rent, to buy a new car, and you to go on some extravagant vacation or trip or whatever. No, it is for the child. Because this is how I look at it. If you didn't have the child, you're still going to have to survive one way or the other. So don't use the child to benefit yourself. Don't exploit the child's well-being to benefit yourself. And y'all know that I'm telling the truth in this, that we got a lot of women out there that does that. But yet still on the flip side, we have a lot of women that don't do it. They do right by their child. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I was once in that situation, and I understand it all too well. I was once one of those who was under the child support system. And I'm working 50, 60 hours a week, and I'm bringing home $100, $150. I'm like, how am I going to survive with this? But this is what I did. I went to their mother and I said, listen, can we work something out? Because I can't live like this here. And I did what I had to do. We did what we had to do. We made an agreement. Therefore, okay, I'm no longer in the system. But yet still the obligation that I said, that I shared with her, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And even at times, and I made sure that I committed to that. Were there times when it just wasn't there? Absolutely. But my whole thing, the flip side was that, okay, if the child needs something, just call me, let me know. I will do whatever I can in order to provide, to make that ends meet, to meet that need, shall I say. But I'm just saying on the other side, listen, what we can't do though, we cannot abandon our children. We just can't do it. If we were to do and fulfill that responsibility, guess what? It won't even be no need for the system. It won't be any need. Yes, it was even brought up that we have fathers, they put themselves on child support just for the simple sake not to have to deal with the mother. And I understand that as well. Also, we received a comment that the father pays child support, but yet still the mother's so bitter. She does everything she can to turn the child against her father or their father. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? But at the end of the day, I would have to say that both parents bear responsibility for this. But I'm going to add this one more little point. What do you place value on? The dollar amount that you get from the father? Or do you place value on the time that the father spends with your child? Because at the end of the day, as I've always said, and I tell fathers every time I come in contact with them who have children or have newborn babes, I tell them, listen, the most valuable thing that you can give your child is your time. They don't care whether you have $1 in your pocket or 100. The one thing that they remember most about you is the time that you spend with them. So be committed, fathers. Be committed. And if you do that, you will never have to worry about being forced. First of all, don't be absent. Be a present father. Second of all, you won't have to worry about being forced to pay child support in order to provide for your child. If you agree or disagree with what I've said here, why don't you leave a comment? Let me know what you think, how you feel about what I've said here. And while you're there, why don't you hit the like button for me? Until next time, God bless. We out. Peace.